What's up, AfterBuzzers? It is that time again. We are one step closer to the finale of American Ninja Warrior Season 9. That's right, we're talking the Vegas Finals, Night 2, so stick around.
You're tuning into the destination for TV super fan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I'm a ninja, I'm a hoodie ninja, I'm a ninja.
There you go. Every week, it's the only way to start. Guys, that's right. You know what that music means. That right, that night, that time. Time for another edition of the American Ninja Warrior After Show right here on AfterBuzz TV. That's right, we're talking Season 9. We're talking Episode 14. We're talking Night 2 of the Vegas Finals. We've only got one episode left after tonight.
Stop. This feels so weird.
What?
That it's almost over.
Right?
I feel like we've all become a family.
It's been quite a season. All two of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a big happy family.
Yes.
Guys, my name is Ty Matthews. You guys can find me online on all forms of social media at Ty Matthews PMA. Joining me as always, the effervescent, the effusive, the sometimes exhausted. You can find her online at Amy Cassandra _TV or amycassandra.com because it's Amy Cassandra.
Thank you. See, I thought you were going to say elegant.
Elegant. Oh, sure.
Did you say excited?
I said effervescent. I said effusive.
I mean, hey. But excellent. You didn't say excellent?
No, I certainly didn't.
No. See? I've got so many. But yes, you guys can find me there, everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Instagram. Did I say that? No.
Oh, I thought we went through the whole song. You got it.
Everywhere. Amy Cassandra. That's
Everywhere.
me. Yes.
Everywhere. All over the place.
Everywhere. If you just Google me, which
Yeah.
I've done actually in the past.
Of course.
I have. Actually, several years ago. It was interesting.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. There's a lot of
Did you
Amy
find anything
Cassandras.
good?
No. I might have found my MySpace a while ago.
Ooh, there you go.
Ooh.
I just dug up mine not too long ago.
Man.
There's some gems there for sure. For sure.
Good times.
Was there anything on the internet that you didn't know existed about yourself? I had a friend of mine recently Googled herself and she found something that she ate, a picture that she had never known was taken, an article that she never knew was written.
Oh my gosh, no, but that's kind of a nightmare.
No, it was positive though. It was a good thing.
Oh, well, that's not a
Yeah,
nightmare.
it's a happy ending. Guys, let's talk about Vegas. Let's talk about Night 2. We're not going to bury the lead here. That's not what we do here. We have got a record number of finishers on this course.
Yes. I have a different order of things today, so a little bit more.
What do you mean a different order?
Well, so usually I'm looking for everyone who are like my favorites,
Yeah.
but I know.
Oh, you know?
I know. Like I
Okay.
can tell you, and then the surprises and the fun little moments.
The fun moments.
So
there you go.
I know you're excited to talk about it.
Absolutely.
Very
Between
excited.
last week and this week, we have got 41.
Wait, we were gonna do the drum roll.
No.
Drum. Don't make that face again.
41 finishers that are moving on to stage 2 next week. Now,
Yeah.
just a refresher, if you didn't watch the show or if you didn't join us last week, go back, go check us out. If you're on YouTube, leave us a thumbs up, leave us a comment. If you're on iTunes, download, comment, review, subscribe, rate, 5 stars, and nasty. But let's recap this course. We got the snake run, we got the propeller bar, we got the double dipper, the jumping spider, the parkour run, the 14.5-foot warped wall, the domino pipes, and the flying spider before a lâché onto a cargo net to hit that buzzer.
Bam.
Bam.
Not one breath.
No.
Nope.
I don't believe in
And
that.
that's almost how it is watching it. You know?
Right?
You can't even breathe. Just
Absolutely.
Watching
Absolutely.
everything.
So, where should we start? Who would you like to start with, Amy?
I don't know.
No one big. Let's save those.
Okay. How about fun?
Let's go with fun.
Okay.
Start with fun.
Papal Ninja.
I love the Papal Ninja. Absolutely.
Yes. So he had a really fun ending. Like, I love it when. So we saw this with Lance Picus last week. When they end and they're like, woohoo, I'm going on to stage 2, and they do something fun.
Uh-huh.
So Lance Picus put his little cowboy hat.
Tiny little cowboy hat.
Yeah, that's so adorable. I want one. Although he could have souvenirs. Moving on. Papal Ninja just like did a little thing where he
A handstand?
That was a handstand.
It
Yes,
sure
that's
was.
very good. Thank you, Ty.
Paper
Yeah.
Ninja Sean Bryan.
Yes. Well, no, continue.
No, that's
No.
it. I was just saying his actual name.
It sounded like you were going to start saying something
No.
else. Oh.
Just noting for the record, we do know his real name.
Sean Bryan.
It was not first name Paper, last name Ninja.
Yeah. So that's exciting. Also, Najee Richardson.
Yes, the Phoenix.
What in the world? The coolest dismount from the Double Dipper.
I don't know if it might be the
No?
cool. It might be the coolest. It might be the coolest.
Yes.
Judas Licordello though, his backflip off of the Dipper.
That was really good. But this was so smooth. Like it was just like it was like water.
I don't
And
know.
not in a bad way, in a great way. What?
That Judas's dismount was not smooth. That straight
yeah.
up backflip without hesitation that you
Yeah.
thought was so smooth that it was accidental.
Yes, but see, here's the thing. So he did it and then he stopped. A little bit. Not like, oh gosh, I didn't mean to do that or whatever. But it's just like a little pause. That little pause.
There was a pause here too.
But not long enough for it to be considered a longer pause.
Yep.
Fine.
Yep.
Are we just like not going to agree on anything
Nope.
tonight? All right.
Absolutely not.
Just for you guys. Just for you. Okay. Your turn.
Both of them smooth.
Real smooth.
Not to take
Smooth
away anything
criminal.
away from anyone else. If someone can dismount from that obstacle, just in general, let alone put a little mustard on it, put a little Hellman's on it, if you will,
A little what?
a little Hellman's
Oh.
mustard
You,
on it,
Jeez. Ty, what
a little
in the
bit of
world?
a flair, a little bit of a
relish.
flair. That's a,
You guys need to be watching and listening.
who else? Who else? I also love. We're just gonna jump around a little bit, doing
Jump around. Jump.
doing what we do. Tyler Gillette, the super fan
Oh,
of Ninja Warrior. Come on.
come on.
I love we get so many different stories and the luck that he was going through on his way here. There was a storm that destroyed his ninja course that was in his backyard. He had an outbreak of poison ivy. He had the chicken pox. Remember that, guys?
Yeah.
Remember chicken pox?
I'm scratching myself for you.
Did you have that as a kid, or did you have it like later on in life, or have you never had it?
No, I had it as a kid.
There you go. There
Did
go.
you?
Yes, I did.
Good.
I did. I remember vividly watching the Benny Hill show when I was a kid on Comedy Central.
Wow.
I have very vivid memories.
I don't remember any of it at all.
Any of the chicken pox?
Yeah.
No?
No. I don't even know how old I was. When is the normal age? See, all these things.
I don't know. I mean, I think the normal age might be like 6 or 7. And like you
No.
have it once and then never again.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
6 or 7.
I think.
That's old.
Oh, no.
No, I mean, but I remember things from when I was like 7-ish, 8.
Right. I'm not saying you didn't have it younger, but I think that might be the average age. I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe we're a late poxer. I don't know. That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all.
No, I'm so conscious of my
It's just a fact.
chicken.
Some people have pox. Tyler Gillette had it in his 20s.
See, and that's scary.
Yes.
I mean, what is it? Shingles
Mm-hmm.
is what older people get, and it's painful. Why are you laughing?
that was quite a jump. For chicken
No,
pox
because
to
it's
shingle.
they're cousins.
Uh-huh.
So there.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
All right.
Guys, it's a Wednesday. Okay.
Who else we got? Let's talk about David Campbell. We've seen some of the older ninjas compete, but at 39, the Godfather David Campbell.
That's it.
That's good. He has competed on every single season of American Ninja Warrior thus far.
I love it when people do that because you see them grow, and each time it's just like they know the course more, even if the obstacles change.
Right.
They change along with it.
I love that this guy. He is such an OG. He was. It's a little chilly in
Sorry,
the studio.
I'm shivering.
He's such an OG. He was the very first person to build his own training course in his backyard. The very first person. At this point, I feel like that's become like a prerequisite on the show.
Yeah.
Like more people than not have their own courses, you know, even if it's just an obstacle or two.
You see, it's almost like, oh, you want to compete on American Ninja Warrior? Yeah. Like,
Right.
where are the pictures of your course?
Right.
Huh? You don't have them?
Where's- Yeah.
Oh.
Where's the receipt for all the
Yeah.
lumber that you bought from Home Depot?
Yeah.
It's got to take quite a bit.
Yeah.
But he's got these grip issues on the double dipper, which we saw earlier in the season. We saw that last week with Lauren Ball, because people don't necessarily know how to approach it.
Which
You know?
way? Like switch grip, normal.
Right.
No one's done back.
Reverse. That would
not.
be impressive.
We should do it.
We should do.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
But so we saw those same grip issues plague Lauren Ball, but David Campbell makes it through, makes it up the wall with no issues. After he passes the domino pipes, this is the farthest he's been on the course in 5 years.
I mean, that's just so. It's crazy to have for it to have taken that long, just because it's like, oh, it's so frustrating.
Right.
Exactly. But if you think, I mean, 5 years, that's a long time.
Sure. Absolutely.
So there's a lot that goes on in your mind, you know, as you're going through the obstacles. It's like, I haven't gotten past this point in 5 years.
Right.
That's gotta get to him.
And we've talked about it before, how people, they have their own vendettas against certain obstacles, and you know, they think like, okay, this is the one that did me in for multiple years.
Yeah.
Can I get past it? Or even if it's not a specific obstacle, okay, I went out on the second obstacle or the third obstacle, you know?
Yeah.
So that pressure has got to get more and more intense every year. That's why I always get really worried when I see Drew Dressel run.
Yes.
Because he has beaten stage 1 every single year that he's competed. And I always think, like, this is going to be the year where he, like, falls on the snake run. Like, very first step. Just one and done.
Just, yeah, like an accidental first thing.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
The very first step.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. Like we've talked about before, nothing is guaranteed. No matter how good you are, all it takes is one misstep, and you're done for the year.
No pressure. I mean,
Right.
there's so much that goes into, you know, competing, because obviously you have to be in the best physical shape of your life. And know the obstacles. You can't just be really good at lifting. Like, you have to be good at everything.
Right, exactly.
And also psychologically, you have to know, like, hey, it's okay. I got this.
Right.
Not getting your head so much.
Which, speaking of that, let's use that to segue into Jessie Graff's run. Jessie Graff, I guess the kind of the new Kacy, if you will, if there were to be a new Kacy, I would suppose that it would be Jessie Graff, just in terms of a female competitor that went viral on the show and brought it into the mainstream.
All right. I'll take it.
Dude, I was going to say, do you disagree?
Well, there's one Kacy, and now she's leaving. And now there's one Jessie. Like,
Right.
there's so... It's like apples and oranges, though. But I get what you're saying.
Right.
I get what you're saying.
But, like, we're saying that both apples and oranges are both fruit. That's what this analogy is saying.
That
So
is
in that
very
respect,
beautiful. That's very beautiful.
in that respect.
Yeah.
But it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch
can't.
for sure.
It makes me so angry. So angry.
But one of my favorite things. So Jessie Graff, she's having such an awesome run. It doesn't seem like she's really having any sort of hang-ups on any obstacles. Let me find my notes here. Where did she run in the night? Jessie Graff. Here we go. Here we go. It's, you know, last year she was the first woman to finish stage 1. In USA vs. the World, she was the first woman to finish stage 2. It looks like she's completely fine, and it looks like she's past the point of no return. She's on that second set of handles on the Flying Squirrel. Makes that jump to the cargo net, which she had such an especially good jump up to the cargo net last year, getting so high close to the buzzer. But she slips just a little bit, tumbles down that net into the water.
It's hard.
And it runs over.
Like, ugh.
Yep.
That's probably the most frustrated I've felt the entire season.
But in her defense, she took it like a champ. She was all smiles, even as she got out of the water, you know?
Well, and that's what's so nice, because these ninjas know that, yeah, it could all end
Mm-hmm.
in a matter of seconds, but there's always next year. Unless you retire and go into something else.
Like professional wrestling.
Yes. But, I mean, I love that they have that spirit, because then that they use that and it's like, it's fine. I can just continue training and I'm going to have fun with it.
Exactly. She's
okay.
still going to be in amazing shape next year. So we'll see how that kind of shakes out. With that, let's also get into Kacy Catanzaro, her very last season of American Ninja Warrior. As we've said before, having signed a contract with the WWE to become a wrestler.
I loved the video package that they did of her, because, I mean, yeah, like she has had, I feel like she brought such a wider audience to American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's so many girls that look up to her, you know, just like with Jessie Graff.
Of course. We that whole montage we saw Barkley Stockett and Jessie LeBrecq, you know, kind of paving the way.
And it's so nice to see that, and also see like, hey, just because you don't get past stage 1, or, you know, if you fall, that is okay. It's not the end of the world. It's not like people think, oh, well, she's not a real ninja.
Sure.
She's currently not a ninja anymore because she's gonna be a wrestler. Like, how freaking cool is that? And I feel like it maybe also gives other girls, other ladies, and men, you know, the idea of, hey, after American Ninja Warrior, I can do other things. Like, this is a great platform.
Right.
To just branch off. Like, I can continue ninja things, or become a wrestler, or
and that's
whatever.
why, yeah, kind of retiring from one specific activity. I think people are only tuned into that one facet of their lives. You know, like it's the same in wrestling. When wrestlers retire, people, you know, it's out of sight, out of mind. If people don't see them, they think like they're not doing anything. There's so many other things you could be doing. There's so many other things that you could go into.
So follow them on Twitter, because Kacy has been posting stuff about. Yeah. So
exactly.
Don't think that they're gone.
So Kacy's run, it's, you know, when she brought all that mainstream coverage to the show, those first few years she was bulletproof. You know, she's setting all these records and she's having these incredible runs. And these past couple of years, it was a little bit, her luck wasn't quite as great.
She was getting in her own head and putting way too much pressure on herself. And she told her, I mean, she said it earlier in the season, where it's just like she wasn't enjoying herself anymore.
Right.
And it just became almost a chore to train and to even compete. And she wasn't even acting like herself anymore. And to have the other ladies around her to help her with that was great, because if you're not enjoying what you're doing just in life, then it's like, do something else, or have a better support system around you to figure out like, hey, how can I make this fun? And it's nice, because I think like even this last run, I mean, what kind of pressure was she putting on herself then?
Right.
It's the last run ever.
Especially the fact that she's gone out on the propeller bar several times in the past.
Well, that was scary.
That's got to be daunting as well.
Again, mind games. So to get all the way to the Double Dipper was great.
Right.
She was so close to.
Right, exactly. But there's a combination of so many factors there. I think being one of the smallest ninjas, and not only that, but it being an obstacle that she had never had a chance to scout really before herself. You know.
And I mean, people don't really normally build double dippers in their backyard.
That one's a little bit trickier.
Yeah.
That was a little bit trickier.
Don't happen to have that in my backyard.
Right, exactly.
I live in an apartment.
But but yes, it is the Double Dipper that sends her into the water and into retirement.
That was good.
That post-run interview was heartbreaking. That was rough to watch.
All the feels, yo.
All of them.
Well, and speaking of feels and Double Dipper, Janique Lavette, well, she fell at the Double Dipper too.
Right, absolutely.
She is taller than Kacy, for sure. But, I mean, the Double Dipper is so tricky, because you kind of underestimate how far apart they are. Isn't it 8 feet? Yeah.
I think you remember
8
right,
feet. So it's a lot. And then, of course, you're getting all of this momentum, and it's almost like, where does your body go? And making sure that you're stable and, like, even when you're coming off of the first one is something to keep in mind. But, I mean, we had a really good amount of girls this season. I mean, I know we're not done. But I'm very proud of the ladies. Meagan Martin was another one.
Yes, definitely.
That she cleared the warped wall.
Right, finally.
Yes.
It's like we said, even if they don't necessarily make it to the buzzer, when they get a chance to conquer that obstacle that's been the bane of their existence for so long, you know? And especially someone that, you know, she's another competitor like Kacy, like Jessie Graff, that's become one of the faces of American Ninja Warrior, you know?
Yeah, isn't she the one that goes and travels?
Yes. So much luggage.
Yeah.
Because she's climbing, she's modeling. Absolutely.
See, you can be a ninja, you can be a model, you can like be a climber.
You can be a climber.
You can be whatever you want to be.
Right.
But yeah, she did run out of time, but she did beat the warped wall, which was very fun. Do you want to talk about Tyler? Holy moly, I looked up and you're giving me this crazy.
About who?
Crazy face. Tyler Yamauchi.
Oh, the muscle ball.
Yes.
Absolutely. We, like Kacy, one of the smaller ninjas, 5'1".
61 inches.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, training partners with the Towers of Power,
Yeah.
with Ethan Swanson, that whole kind of Chicago crew.
Yes.
That's Chi-Town. Yeah, it's so fascinating watching him, especially navigate through stuff like the jumping spider. Like, that's got to be especially difficult.
Okay, so what was it? It's at the widest it's 6 feet, and at the narrowest it's 4 feet across.
Got it.
Wide.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I think you're right.
Yes.
Did we say something else last week?
You said like
8 and then 6, but it's 6 and then 4.
No, it's 6 and then 4.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, watch this. It's scary.
There's so many ninjas, so many finishers.
But yeah, so he's the shortest person ever to beat the jumping spider.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and he's a former collegiate gymnast, which obviously helps a lot. All-American at the University of Illinois. Hits that buzzer with 25 seconds left to become not only the shortest ninja to complete the jumping spider, the shortest ninja to complete stage 1.
That's inspiring for shorties.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're shorties. And especially because it has a lot to do with how, a good way to practice for anyone really is what? Okay.
I'm listening.
Sorry. It's to have a trampoline too.
Okay.
To see how you have to land on it.
Right, and we've seen so many ninjas be eliminated by bad bounces on the trampoline.
Yeah. See, I feel like that's a good idea. No?
Right.
Have a trampoline along with your salmon ladder.
Have a trampoline that's like low to the ground.
Yes, not like the big
not like
fun,
a big fun
bouncy. Yeah.
big fun trampoline.
You can have that too.
Those are
smaller
exhausting.
Ones. Oh my gosh,
you
I
get
know.
so tired as an adult on a
leg
trampoline.
workout for sure.
Right.
Oh, sore for days. But yeah, definitely have that because, yeah, I mean, people, if they land on it wrong, they could easily go way too far forward and just low.
Right.
But he did great. Another fun obstacle run was Adam Rail.
Yes. Another one of multiple concrete workers.
Oh my gosh!
In the field this year.
Never mind. Okay. Yes. Well, I was gonna say YMCA isn't one of the men. No.
A construction
worker. Okay.
I was gonna say that would be a very specific costume.
Yeah.
I'm the concrete worker from the Village People.
No.
But I saw where you're going with it.
Thank you.
It's basically the same thing. It's functionally the same thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, he had the scariest slip at the parkour.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
And that's definitely one of my favorite things about American Ninja Warrior, seeing the awesomest of saves.
Right.
And then you're like, oh my gosh.
Well,
and
and we saw just a couple runs before that. I think David Campbell, one of his eliminations was landing on the landing pad on one of the obstacles and then just sliding slightly into the water.
those are the worst, too. Because you're like, no!
Right. At least we had so many people tonight, like, do complete double backflips off the propeller bar into the water.
Yes.
Not that we relish in seeing people eliminated,
No,
but
if they do it
going,
with style.
going out in style is worth something.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, gosh. They definitely give you a little, like, mini heart attack watching them win.
Of
You're
course.
like, oh,
Well,
God.
and especially when people land on the cargo net, it's so stressful because it's got to be so much harder than it looks climbing up that net. Especially when time is almost out.
If they land at the very bottom and happen to not land in the water, you're like, go faster, please. Do we want to talk about the last run of the night?
What, Drew Dreshel?
Yeah.
Well, we talked about him a little bit.
No, I know, but he skipped the rope.
Oh my God, skipping the rope. That
We did see that though.
we talked about that a little bit. We saw a couple people do that last week. We weren't sure about the legality of it, but I guess it's one of those things where, hey, however you can make it to the platform is, I guess, fair game.
That's also scary,
It's
though.
such a far jump, absolutely.
It is.
And it seems like not a big platform to land on either.
Did they say how long that jump
I don't
is?
think so. Because they're not expecting anyone to do it, so I don't think they measured it.
Don't do it, guys.
Right.
It's really far.
But if anyone can do it, yeah, it's the real life ninja. Who, at this point, he is such a veteran, but he's still only 28 years old.
Isn't that crazy?
Right? He was the fastest in Daytona qualifiers and city finals. The 100th person to run this course between last week and this week.
And he was the fastest finisher of this stage. And he was the 41st finisher.
Right.
So 41 people completed the course in stage 1.
Compared to last year's record stage 1, which is 38 finishers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I wonder what that means. That people are getting stronger? Because the obstacles for sure have not gotten any easier.
I don't know. I mean, this compared to the city finals, it seemed easier than than some of the city finals courses.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Yes. San Antonio. We only had one
Right.
finisher.
There were some city finals that we didn't have any.
Yeah, we don't talk about those. So
We have to talk about
I
those.
know. Yeah. But see, we did have finishers.
Right.
41.
41.
41.
Right. So lots of people making it onto the finale next week. We'll see stage 2. We'll see if we get there, stage 3, stage 4.
Yeah.
Exciting.
I can't. I mean, see, there goes my voice because it's so scary. It's really fun to see them go from the qualifiers to the city finals to stage 1. Obviously, we want them to get all the way.
Well, that's why I was just thinking about that today when I was watching the episode. I want to go back a couple seasons and watch Isaac Caldiero from the qualifiers to the city finals to the national, all through all stages, all 4 stages.
I mean,
now think about that season. If we can go back in time just a little bit.
okay.
Think about being, I believe it was Brent Stephenson. I should have written this down. There were 2 finishers that season that made it all the way to the buzzer of stage 4. But Isaac Caldiero was the faster of the 2, and thus he became the millionaire. Imagine being the runner-up. I think it was Brent Stephenson.
Well, that's awful. It's just like, really?
Right.
Guys, like, throw me a bone, yo. Like, what? I don't. But then there's always next year.
Right.
But you have to do it all over again.
Which that's got to be daunting. Yeah, the idea of doing it all over again because
do
you were
what
just
you did.
you were just a couple seconds too slow.
Well, the obstacles change, so it's not like, oh, okay, I've done this once.
I can do it again. Exactly.
It's like, no, you can't.
There could be a wing nut or a double dipper.
Obstacle design challenge.
Right.
Design.
I don't know why I always go back to the wing nuts. Like, not that many people fell on that one.
They were pretty bad.
But yeah.
We've got people in the chat.
We do have people in the chat.
Corby
Shout
won.
out to Corby 1.
Good luck, Kacy, in your future endeavors.
We do good. She hit her with future endeavors. We do have to talk about Alyssa Beard, the only woman to make it to stage 2.
Teacher.
She is a teacher.
Like,
Absolutely.
what?
Imagine having that buff of a teacher.
Well, that'd be great.
Like, we saw those video packages. We saw her showing off the guns in class.
She's so freaking strong.
Right?
Like, she teaches 5th grade, no? 5th.
Yes.
Do you remember 5th grade?
Vaguely.
I loved 5th grade. I remember it vividly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's weird, right? It's because
Well,
you're the top dogs of elementary school.
5th grade?
Yeah. And because then you go into middle school, 6th, 7th, 8th.
That's not how it was out here.
What?
Elementary out here is up to 6th grade, and then middle is only 7th and 8th.
Wait, that's weird.
Is
that just like a Texas thing that we do?
Maybe.
Let us know.
I'm not well versed on.
Now I'm really confused. So 5th grade, imagine if
Maybe
you
that's why, is because it wasn't the top dogs at my elementary school.
Oh.
I mean, there was still one more grade to go.
No, see, 5th grade was the best. Yeah. Well, senior year was second best. Although
But 5th grade
college-
is like the senior year of elementary school.
Yes. Without the worries of college.
Uh-huh.
And student loans and what you're going to do with the rest of your life. So imagine being in 5th grade and having your teacher on American Ninja Warrior. That
Right.
is so freaking... Imagine. Just imagine.
This is from Back to the Future. That's my favorite.
It kind of scared me. I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alyssa Beard. I mean, I hope that the kids are like throwing watch parties. Well, their parents, obviously. These 5th graders can't be throwing them all
They're
by
going out
themselves.
to Buffalo Wild Wings to check out the Ninja Warrior final.
Aw, yes, that's so adorable. But I mean, I'm excited to see how far she gets,
Sure, absolutely.
and of course to see Drew Dressel
Right.
and Lance Pekus.
Right. This is the very first run of the night. I want to talk about this very, very briefly. But Rajal Henry, he was doing a run, and he doesn't like wearing a shirt when he runs, but he still needs to have a number pinned to him. So this guy pinned it to his skin. Pinned those number bibs that you see in marathons.
Yeah.
Pinned it to his skin, y'all. I don't really have anything else to add to that. I mean, he was out on the jumping spider, which sucks, but I just wanted to bring that to the forefront of the conversation, if I can.
Yeah, I think I blocked that from
Needles through his skin.
That's
Amy.
yeah. I mean, I was gonna say
Ain't nobody else putting needles through their skin on this season. That's all I'm saying.
no, thank you. That's okay. We've seen plenty of blood.
Right, right.
All the blood that we've seen. But yeah, I mean, hopefully we won't see any more.
All right.
I think stage 1 was relatively harmless in that regard.
Right, right.
So let's keep it that way for stage 2.
Yeah, we'll
Maybe
see.
3. 1.
No.
No. Okay. I'm sorry. I tried. Stop. Oh my gosh.
We've also got, we talk so much about your Tyler Yamauchis and your Kacy Catanzaros, the smaller ninjas. We've got to talk about Jodi Avila,
Oh yes.
who finished the course standing at 6'6" and 215 pounds.
I think, as much as we talk about shorties, we definitely should say, like,
Or the shorties.
Is that a song?
That's from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, yeah. MC Chris is the voice that does it, actually.
I'm a shorty, I'm a shorty.
Now
I'm a
you're
shorty.
mashing it up.
There we go. What was I saying? Yes, it's
The big
equally.
boys.
Yes, it's equally as difficult being extremely short and being really tall.
Well, that's the thing. You've got to think, your Jodi Avilas and your John Alexis's. It's got to be tough on obstacles like the Double Dipper, where you're hanging, and just by virtue of being that tall and having that sort of like wingspan, yeah, like you're that much closer to the water.
that just adds a whole nother dimension of, oh geez,
Mm-hmm.
I have to be balanced. I have to make it to the other side of this double dipper,
Right.
and I have to not touch the water at all.
Right,
Not
exactly.
even with my toe.
But speaking of which, we've got Jodi Avila being the 30th finisher of the night. Of course, John Alexis Jr. hitting his very first Vegas buzzer.
Yay!
These guys, I'd like to see like these guys and the Towers of Power all on a team in like Team Ninja Warrior.
Yeah.
Just all the tall boys.
See, that's also something else I like about American Ninja Warriors, that there's so many different shows associated with American Ninja Warrior.
Right.
That it's all just one giant.
College Madness was pretty wild.
Was it mad?
My co-host from last season, Chris Howard, and I were live at College Madness in downtown LA. Kacy Catanzaro was doing kind of course side interviews with the competitors. So even then, there was a little bit of a hint of maybe kind of passing the torch a little bit.
When was this again?
This was about a year ago, I think. I think it was after the season had wrapped up last year. So
Did you scream, Casey, we love you? No?
no, we're a little bit more subdued. It was very. It was
we
very
love
hot.
you.
No, we didn't say our voices were deeper. It was-
That's more subdued.
but it was
Casey, we love
very,
you.
it was very, very hot that day. It's very exhausting.
So, any advice for people that are going to watch American Ninja Warrior live?
Oh gosh, I mean, I guess it depends on the forecast that day.
Just take a
Prepare.
giant suitcase
Right,
of different options.
Right, you're gonna be clapping a lot, so prepare your hands for that.
I have a weird question. How were the restroom breaks? Like, because they don't want
We
the
didn't.
audience.
We didn't really notice. I mean, there was a lot of downtime in between
Okay.
runs, but like, yeah, they didn't really make that a point of public attention.
You go.
Go,
Yeah.
go right now.
It's your restroom break.
I
Go.
mean, theoretically, when people hit that water, you know.
Are you kidding me? You.
Come on, grow up, Amy.
I am.
It's a classy show here.
Jeez.
So we've got 5 minutes left.
Okay.
Steve, can you hit us with some prediction music?
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I'm so ready for Halloween.
Guys, we've got one episode left. One episode left in this whole season.
The more you say that, the less, I believe it. But it's real.
It's true, I'm afraid. So do you think...
Well, you asked me this, but now I
No.
don't know.
Actually, let's specify it. Who do you think is going to hit that buzzer at the top of Mount Midoriyama? Out of our list of
Drew.
41 people. 41 people. Pick a dark horse.
Well, I already did. Drew.
A dark horse.
Oh, a dark horse. Well, that's hard because it's like these are people you wouldn't normally think, oh, yeah, they could easily do it.
Right,
But I believe in all of them because they've gotten this far.
Amy.
Ty,
People are going to fail.
what do you mean? I don't get it.
Who's going to win? Dark horse. Now, go.
Well, I don't know if it's a dark horse, really.
Then pick a dark horse.
I don't want to. Well, see, there's so much. Okay. Would Tyler Gillette be a dark horse?
I think
Because-
so. I
Okay.
think so. Mm-hmm.
I believe that he has a lot of passion, and he's a huge fan of American Ninja Warrior,
Sure.
and the training that he did for 7 years to just make it to this point, I think it could pay off.
Right.
And there's something about making your dreams come true after working so hard for them that's something that other people can't bring because no one's been in that exact same situation as him.
Right.
So,
right.
bam, mic drop.
Executive
the mic.
producer Dick Wolf. That's from Law and Order.
Okay, that's what I think it is. Yes. Okay.
But yeah, to go to that point, to go from being a 14-year-old, building a course in his backyard to climbing the summit of Mount Midoriyama would be an incredible story. I would love to see Tyler Yamauchi make it all the way. He's been the shortest ninja to make it past stage 1. I'd like to see him continue that trend past
Okay.
2, 3, 4. I think he can do it. Let's go muscle ball. That's who I got.
All right.
That's who I got. Guys,
Who do you got?
Tweet us your predictions. We have got 41 people to choose from that are moving on to the finale next week. We are going to have a very special episode next week. You're going to have to tune in to see why. But Steve, if you can hit us with that sweet, sweet outro music, that is our episode. Remember, if you're on YouTube, leave us a thumbs up, leave us a comment. If you're on iTunes, download, comment, review, subscribe, rate. 5 stars if you're nasty. As always, everything helps. But check us out online. We have got one more week to talk about all things Ninja Warrior. And then it's a wrap. It's been an amazing, amazing season. We got one more hot episode left. But until next week, Amy Cassandra, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. Amy Cassandra _TV. And also here, Popcorn Talk, a little sister channel, is, we have Box Office Breakdown Sunday nights at 9.
Box Office Breakdown has got to be one of my favorite lineups of hosts of any show here ever.
Aww.
Everyone there.
We're pretty fun.
It's pretty awesome.
And we have lots of fun talking about movies.
There you go.
So if you love movies, watch us.
Exactly. Exactly. Steve, on the ones and twos, where can they find you? Is he listening? Steve? No, you don't have Twitter?
It's okay.
Well, everyone send out positive vibes for Steve for being such an amazing producer because we love him.
Hey guys, Steve over at AfterBuzz. You can find me working at AfterBuzz.
Hey.
Right in that mood.
Road
Back to you,
trip.
Ty.
Amazing. You're a scholar and a gentleman. You can find me on all forms of social media at Ty Matthews PMA, as well as the Lucha Underground After Show. We are winding down season 3. We're going live tomorrow night at 10 o'clock Pacific. We're covering last week's episode and this week's episode, so that'll be nice and action-packed. Find me online at Ty Matthews PMA. Find me on the PlayStation Network. Come play Overwatch with me. It's so much fun. But yeah, that's the show. So guys, until next week, peace.
That was good.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.